Hello, welcome to the Memphis J Motivational Channel, and I'm your host, Memphis J. Please do like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you can get notifications of when we go live. Um, Hope you're well. So, welcome to class. So, this is going to be a tutorial, and I'm going to be introducing a new concept that I think would be beneficial to you in your life and to your family and your friends. So please, you're welcome to share this video as well. The title of today's topic is called Double Loop Learning: How to Solve Problems from the Source. This is a concept that you may or may not be aware of. But quite simply, in summary, double loop learning is all about why we do what we do. That's the key. Why do we do what we do? As opposed to what we do. Okay? Um, it's about going an extra mile to challenge the assumptions by just asking why. If you have kids, have you ever been around a toddler or maybe a young child from 4, 5, 6 up until age 9 or still about? You can check this out and try it out. A child always asks the question, why? Mommy, we're going to the shop. Why? We're going to get some food. Why? And if you notice, kids always ask this question, why? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? But most importantly, why? And do you know why they ask why? Because that's the mind that we should be having, because their minds are not cluttered with life and stuff and emotions and relationships and commitments and all of that, things that clog up our mind. So when they ask why, they are, and it's human nature, if you think about it, they are trying to get to the root cause of why. And you can never ask enough whys. When you ask enough whys and get to the end, then you would know why. And when you get to the end, what you then see is actually beliefs or belief, assumptions, and values. Okay? And I would put it to you that the way we address things, our actions, is really, you can trace it down back to our values, our behaviors, and what our beliefs are. Okay? And that's why in my teachings and in my seminars, I really stress the fact about having a moral compass or having a foundation, which is the things you stand for and your belief system. So when you do have a moral compass, it's easy for you. Right, back to the topic, okay? So double loop learning, it's about challenging the assumptions, challenging our beliefs by asking why we're doing what we're doing as opposed to what we're doing. So, for example, I'm flying I fly a lot. I'm a business flyer. I travel all around the world, and I just like to fly a particular airline. Why? Good question. Yeah. Why? Because I've built up enough loyalty points, and I got a lot of freebies. I get upgraded to first class when I want and when it's available, and business class quite easily. That happens to me a lot, and that has made me loyal to that airline. But fundamentally, I just need to get to the Rio de Janeiro in Brazil. I could go with KLM. I don't want to make an advert for any airlines who's not paying me, but I could take any airline. But the reason why I'm going to Brazil is because I have a meeting with the president Bolsonaro, right? So whatever method I use to airline used to get to Brazil from my current location, it could really not make any difference on the surface as long as I get to my appointment with the president of Brazil in Rio. But it's then down to my values and my belief system why I'm using a particular airline. Okay. And it just so happened that that airline was not able to fly and there was no flights. I had to get another airline to go to Brazil. Now, I had to challenge my assumption saying, why did I always fly this airline when I listened to them out? But what am I going to do now? Because I need to get to my meeting, which is very important. So I had to take another airline. So I had to change and deviate from my value. And actually, I got on this airline, got to Rio de Janeiro, came back, had a very successful meeting with the president, and it was amazing. It was a much better experience than my loyalty airline. It was cheaper. It was much comfortable flight. And then I thought to myself, wow, okay. So I challenged my assumptions. Why did I feel I had to use this one airline to fly? Just because I thought they were giving me the best value based on the unique experience I had. But I had not compared this with other experiences. I had not compared this with other options to have a variance. And when I did, I realized that I could go cheaper, faster, and a much smoother experience overall than what I thought. So now going forward on my next trip, I'm going to Washington DC. I will be open. I have choices now because I've challenged my original assumption, and I'm now open to take another airline, and I have options. That example really shows us what I've just described is I've used a double loop learning. Think about it like a square. So I didn't just go to try and fix a problem, get another ticket. I asked and challenged my assumptions by asking why, and then I was able to make a change, and I had a different experience. Okay, so you might want to try that in your own world. In business, it works all round. So I'll give you in a business perspective for business people. For most of my coaching clients are business people, key decision makers at a senior level all around the world. And what I tell them is that according to the social technical system (STS), every organization, every business, every any entity is made up of a social subsystem. One, the people. Two, a technical subsystem of tools, techniques, and knowledge. And three, an environmental subsystem of which the customers and the people run into. So if you're running a government, you got the people, you got tools, policies, laws, etc. And then you've got the government itself, running all of these things. The overall success of this entity depends on the fit and balance between these three subsystems. Okay, for example, if the technical subsystem is overemphasized, that would lead us to believe that the opportunities will be lost for creating an optimized organization. To understand the dynamic of the system, all viewpoints, the government, the people, the policies, the rules, etc., must be considered. You would be able to achieve and execute better strategic solutions if you're able to have a good interaction with all these elements that I've outlined. But the key thing that brings it all together is what is the value and belief system that is bringing all this together. Are you trying to be a charity? Are you trying to run a socialist? Are you trying to run a capitalistic? Are you trying to run an economical organization, whatever is your value system of your club, of your family, of yourself as a person, would be the fundamentals of your values and your beliefs. But to solve your problems, I will tell you something, that 80% of our problems come from 20% source. Have you heard about the 80-20 principle? Putting 20% effort to get 80% benefit, working smart. So also is the reverse as well. 80% of your problems come from 20% of a source. So to eliminate most of your problems, you need to go to the 80, but you need to remove 80% of your problem, which is the majority of your problem. You need to really find out the 20% that's causing you this. And sometimes that 20% could be the actual very thing it is. So it could be your choice of partner, husband or wife. It could be your choice of profession, your job. It could be your choice of location. It could be a choice of where you live. It could be a choice of um, what you put inside of you. What do you consume? What knowledge base where you're going to get information from? And when you see all the things I've mentioned, circle back to the video and watch it again. Because what you would find is that a bad wife, a bad husband, a bad job, a bad profession, a bad geographical location that you're not living, i.e., if you're living in Syria, in or different places going war, you get what I mean. So you might need to change and attack fundamentally the source. Get a different partner if it's not working out. If you're married, girl, you need to probably do something different. Get a different job, get a different profession, get a different new set of friends. Um, Cross check and re examine your value system. When you do this, you then realize that you can fix 80% of your problems, so all consequential decisions, actions, thoughts, etc., from no peace in the home, not happy at the job, um, unfriendly friends, or not in a good location with no opportunities. Solving all of these things would help you to solve 80% of your problem, whatever they may be. And if you go through this exercise, what you've been able to do is apply double loop learning. Double loop learning is different from single loop learning, which is basically trying to solve the same problem with the same variation method without ever questioning the goal. That's insanity. People say that a lot. Insanity or being crazy is doing the same thing over and over again, but expecting a different result. Single loop learning does not work. You need to get to the root cause by examining the underlying values and belief system and changing that. But also, as I tell my decision makers, take a step back from day-to-day problems and be able to think more deeply around more long-term solutions. And I also say to them, when you do take a step back, okay, you must also understand that you must be willing to change your beliefs and values based on the feedback. There's no point watching this video and not making a change. There's no point watching this video and not changing fundamentally all the things I've already mentioned. So, in conclusion, why we do what we do is the key for DLL, double loop learning, as opposed to what we do. Fixing it when broken or not working, that's not about it. Double loop learning is about going an extra mile to challenge the assumptions of why, and most importantly, people embrace the opportunity to deeply change your behaviors and values if necessary. And I hope you found the video useful. I'm your host, Memphis J. See you in the next episode. Do like, share, and subscribe. You can contact us at Memphis J Motivational Gmails. We do coaching, speaking, public speaking, motivational speaking as well, all across the world. Thank you for watching and see you in the next episode. Thanks and goodbye.